Good day, dear MGTS7808 students. I hope your exam preparation is going well. In this video, I'll go over a few rather important slides remaining from Seminar 4 on the topic of cloud computing. As we discussed in class, the paper by Brynolfsen, Hoffman, and Jordan 2010 from this seminar is a key one. So please make sure you read it before the exam. It is just 3 pages. The slides are generally self-explanatory, so I try to be concise and keep this clip short and sweet. This slide provides a formal definition of cloud computing. For the purpose of this course, we don't need to go through much technical details. The essential characteristics of cloud computing are listed on the top. The basic premise is that resources such as storage, processing power, memory, network bandwidth, they are all pooled to serve multiple customers. These resources are dynamically assigned and reassigned according to consumer needs. Generally speaking, the customer has no control or knowledge over the exact location of the provided resources. Well, unless they make specific contractual agreements, which as you know will be more costly. In the middle, there are 3 different service models of cloud computing. Software as service, or SaaS, is the most popular one, where you use the provider's applications running on a cloud infrastructure. It might be free of charge, like Google Apps, or you might be charged on a per user or per month basis. Examples of that would be Office 365 or Salesforce.com. Platform as a service, or PaaS, is a model that you acquire or even create certain applications for your business, and you deploy onto a cloud platform these applications that are created using programming languages and tools supported by that provider. For example, Force.com is a platform as a service that allows developers to create add-on applications that integrate into the main Salesforce.com application. These are all hosted on Salesforce.com infrastructure. Another example is Google App Engine. Infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, is a model that you basically just use computers that a cloud provider owns, manages, and operates, and you do deploy and run your software applications. Examples of this model are Amazon Web Services or Rackspace.com. So these were SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Finally, we have different deployment models in the bottom. The typical cloud is a public one, but there could be private clouds where the cloud infrastructure is operated solely for one organization. Community cloud is shared by several organizations and supports a specific community. This community could be, for example, several schools in a particular district. A hybrid cloud is a composition of 2 or more clouds. For example, an organization might use public cloud, but at the same time utilize a private cloud for certain mission-critical purposes or for storing sensitive data. Last slide was an introduction to cloud computing. Now let's quickly review this important paper by Brynolfsen and colleagues 2010. It is essentially a response to Carr's article that IT can be managed just as another utility like electricity or water. IT doesn't matter article. The paper acknowledges Carr's assertions to some degree, saying that cloud computing has some similarities to general purpose technologies like electricity. So nowadays, if you want to accept payment through the internet, you simply use PayPal or BPay as a cloud service. It has probably become a general purpose technology that you can just put on your business website. There are also benefits in terms of power consumption costs or carbon footprint if we simply move our data to a cloud which sits closer to a cheap and hopefully green power source. But at the same time, the paper identifies 3 technical and 3 business model weaknesses of CAR's utility analogy. So the 3 technical weaknesses of utility analogy are: number 1, different pace of innovation. According to the famous Moore's law, computing power doubles every 2 years. So the numbers of IT innovations grow exponentially, and these new IT innovations need to be understood and managed by organizations differently comparing to those stable technologies like electricity or water. Second one is limits of scale. Due to limitations of technologies like relational databases or SQL, you simply cannot manage high volume and high speed and mission critical transaction at the same time in the cloud. So these are simply limitations of our existing technologies. The third one is latency. There is still noticeable differences in terms of speed and performance if your servers are located locally, say in Brisbane, New Farm, versus in a cloud server located in Singapore or in Ireland. Basically, laws of nature limit us. So distance is not dead yet. There are also 3 business model differences. One is complementarities and co-invention. So firms that simply replace corporate resources with cloud computing while changing nothing else, they will miss the novel opportunities for innovation and cannot harness the full benefits of complementing their business capabilities with innovative IT capabilities. The second one is lock-in and interoperability. We know that cloud computing capabilities are not truly plug and play. Your organization is susceptible to be locked in to a particular vendor, and you cannot easily switch among different web providers. And the third one is security. So there are several security risks which do emerge because of the inherently shared nature of cloud computing. Also, there are legal issues, for example, which jurisdictions laws apply, who owns the data, and so on and so forth. These were the key and important points from the slides remaining from Seminar 4. The rest is straightforward and really non-critical. So to summarize, Brynjolfsson et al. Paper rejects the utility computing thesis of Carr's paper. It shows 3 technical and 3 business model differences between cloud computing and a general purpose technology like electricity, like power plants. Once again, this is a short paper and I suggest you read the paper. Perhaps you can critically analyze these 6 differences and see how many of these still do apply if your organization wants to quote-unquote move to the cloud. All the best with your exam preparations, and if you have any questions regarding the exam or you want to see me, please do feel free to contact me. Thank you very much.